sorry.
Start up.
Shalom, shalom. I'm Commander Judea, also known as Prince Yizzy.
Shalom. I'm Officer Solomon here at the One Nation Israelite School.
And we are
One Nation Israelite School.
And welcome to the Sabbath. Shalom to all my brothers and sisters scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. We'll be starting up shortly. Shalom, shalom, and happy Sabbath.
Shalom. Ooh, you too. The war has begun.
You started it first. That's why.
We back. Once again, shalom and happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Alright, welcome to One Nation Israelite School Sabbath class. Alright, today's class is Keep It Real. Tree. Alright, so we're gonna get right into it. But before we do it, let's give glory to the Father. So with that, let's stand up and face the east. Got so much traffic up in here, I guess just a little bit like this. another day, another night. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for all your blessings. Forgive us all our sins, known and unknown. Those that we fall victim to on a daily basis. Give us the strength to overcome the demons and the lusts and the things of the world that we battle amongst every single day. Father God, gird us up that we may be strong prophets. Father God, we ask you to speak through the prophets today. Let unspeakable oracles go through the nation of Israel. Father God, raise up amongst the enemies that they will see that we are the chosen and the great and mighty nation. Father God, we give you glory. We thank you. Father God, I ask that you conceal our minds in the laws, statutes, and commandments, that we may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Gird us up strong-heartedly, Lord. We thank you for the food and the drinks. We thank you for all the blessings that we may take for granted on a daily basis. For there are people with eyes who can't see, people with legs who can't walk, people with mouths who can't talk, ears but can't hear. Father God, there are those who are able to rise up in the morning with hands but cannot feed themselves. And for those things, by the glory and the grace of God, that not be us. And we give you great glory and we thank you for those things wholeheartedly. Father God, we ask that you bless the nation of Israel. Bless One Nation Israelite School and bless all the other Israelite schools around the four corners of the earth that are teaching your word and truth and sincerity. Father God, we ask that you reveal the hidden parables in the Bible to us, the things that we don't have understanding. We ask that you give us the glory and give us the understanding. Father God, as we do our part, we ask that you send in more laborers that we may water and harvest the field, and that we may be able to wake up the Israelites so we can get up out of this captivity. In your Son Christ's name, we give you the glory and all the praise and all the thank you. Glory to the Father. Amen.
Amen.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his word.
His might.
His word.
His might.
His word.
His might.
His word.
His might.
Happy Sabbath, y'all.
Happy Sabbath.
So, today's class is Keep It Real. Coming off the back end of a class that my brother at Sure Seed did last Sabbath. Very good class. Okay, so I decided to, to do a part of it. But the only problem was, I got in there, try to put this thing together. My mind went blank on me. So we're going to be shooting a lot of this from the hip. And Lord's will, it turned out right. But I'm just letting you know. Hey, I'm gonna just give it a shot, all right? So, glory to the Father, all right?
Oh, glory.
So, when the name of this title is Keep It Real. A lot of people say, why did you name it Tree? Well, because a lot of times in the Bible, we were compared to plants and trees. When I say keep it real, tree, keep it real with yourself. What kind of tree or what kind of plant are you, according to the Bible? Some of y'all are very, very, I'm going to say halfish, sluggish. I like to say some of you are, what's Hollywood Israelites? When the camera's rolling, we are holy. What's going on when the cameras ain't on? What's going on when we not amongst brothers and sisters who keeping the commandments? Mm-hmm. See, remember, when you leave from me, I can't see what you're doing. But you're not supposed to be doing this truth for me. You're going to walk this thing, remember, I'm not the one keeping score. The Most High is keeping score. So even though you're not in the presence of the eyes of man, you're still in the sight of the Most High.
Yep.
Alright? So, you know what I'm saying? You got to put it like this. Let's go to, I normally do school slogans, but let's get right into it.
All right.
We're going to touch one of the slogans, St. Luke 2:49.
St. Luke, chapter 2 and verse 49. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wist ye that how is it that ye sought me? Wist you not that I must be about my Father's business?
We must be about our Father's business. At all times. Not just when the camera's rolling. Not when we just amongst other Israelites. We put on a show for the presence of man. Not understanding that in the end, you can impress every man on earth, but you ain't pleased with the Father, you're going to put your behind to death. Gotta start examining yourselves, man. Give me that in Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 13:5. First. Like I told you, I didn't have. Well, I ain't gonna say I didn't have time. The Most High gave me time. I should have prepared this class the moment I thought about it, but I didn't. But we're gonna shoot him from the hip, though. We're gonna shoot him. We're gonna get it in there. The Most High lead it where He wanted to go.
2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves.
Examine yourselves. Examine what tree are you? Are you a holy seed? Are you a righteous seed? Are you a sure seed? Like our brothers out there, sure seed? Are we sure seeds or are we just faking?
True.
Come on.
Whether ye be in the faith, prove your own self.
You better prove yourself. And the only way you can prove yourself, you have to be completely honest with yourself. We should call this thing Sure Nation. Sure seed in one nation. Sure Nation. You better examine yourselves and prove yourselves and see if you be in the faith. Only way you're going to prove yourself, you have to line yourself up with these scriptures. See, am I doing this or am I not doing that? Because if you're not, stop playing with it. Straight up. Most High got one place for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's at the end of a sword. Come on.
Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you?
How Christ is supposed to be in every last one of us.
Except ye be reprobates.
Except ye be reprobates. So now, when you take all of that into consideration, you got to examine yourselves. One of the first things you need to do is, let's see, are you impartial? Are you doing this thing in partiality or are you doing it wholeheartedly? Are you keeping some of the commandments or are you keeping all of them? Are you moving that urgency to do everything that you can for the Most High, or are you being a sluggard? You being slack? Or you have to take all these things into account. Revelations 3 and 15. Like I said, we just going to let the Spirit carry us with this class. Revelation chapter 3, verse 15.
Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15.
Remember, keep it real with yourself. Now, I'm basically painting a picture to you. You examine the stuff that's coming out in yourselves. Revelation 3 and 15.
Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
So the Most High said, I know your works, that you're neither cold nor hot. Meaning, you ain't choosing to be straight up wicked, and you ain't choosing to be straight up righteous. I prefer you to be either one. Come on.
I would thou wert cold or hot.
So basically saying, I would prefer if you would, hey, if you're going to be in the world, just be in the world. If you're going to be in this truth, meaning follow these Bible, do it all the way. Follow the Bible wholeheartedly. Don't try to play me, in other words.
Yeah.
Come on.
So then, because thou art lukewarm,
Come on.
and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
So he said, because you playing both sides, one moment you're righteous, the next moment you're breaking his commandments, you're doing what you want to do, you're holy in front of the brothers here, but at school use the damn devil. He said, because you got that type of mentality, I'm going to kill you anyway. So he said, you might well go ahead and have fun. Go back to the world. Go break commandments. Go do what you want to do. Make your kingdom here on heaven. Make your kingdom here on earth. Because if you're not sincerely chasing the kingdom of the Most High God, I'm going to kill you anyways.
Yeah.
So keep it real and stop playing. And if you undecided, I'm going to kill you anyways. That's what you're reading here. All right? Now, watch this. The Most High know that some of us can't keep it real with ourselves, and we can't keep it real with this truth. That's why you have to think about. Give me that in Matthew 7:7. Is it no Matthew 7 and I believe it's 15 about the false prophet.
Okay.
Because not only does it refer to the body, but let's look at myself now. Let's look at me. And let's look at all the other people that are teachers in the nation of Israel.
Yeah, sure.
Check this out. Come on.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 15. Beware of false prophets.
Beware of false prophets.
Which come to you in sheep clothing.
We coming to you playing as if we so humble.
Yeah.
We know the scriptures. We keeping the commandments.
Yeah.
So beware of us. Beware, because a lot of us ain't really sincere. A lot of us is just as fake as all outdoors. We can be fake as, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these teachers they don't take the time to apply 2 Corinthians 13 and 5.
Yeah,
Examining themselves. But these be the ones sitting in front of the class, handing out correction, judging everybody. Examine yourself. What tree are you? Are you going wholeheartedly, or are you basically half-assing it? Matthew 7 and 15 again.
Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
How do we know if somebody's going to be a ravening wolf? Jump down to 20.
Verse 20. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them.
By their fruits ye shall know them. By their fruits ye shall know them. By their fruits ye shall know them. Their fruits is their works, their conversations. You know what I'm saying? Their fruits is their works and their conversations. Fruits, I keep saying fruits. Works and conversations will show exactly who somebody is.
Yeah.
It'll show exactly who we are. When you look at yourself, think about how you doing the work. Are you slothful with the work? Are you slack with the work? Do you do it with joy and abundance of all things? Is this thing grievous to you? When they say it's time to go to the Sabbath, are you?
Yeah.
If that's the case, go have fun. We better keep those things in check. But like I was saying, fruits, meaning your works, your conversations, you know, your deeds, all those things, they show exactly who you are. How? Go to 2nd Ezra real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, let's go to verse 31. So by their fruits you know them. Now we know trees bear fruits. Like I said, the word tree in this title is basically summing you up to the trees that we're going to use examples of in the Bible. Which type of tree are you?
Second Ezra is
9:31.
Right.
Is that what I'm looking for them?
For behold, I show my law in you.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 31. For behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you, and ye shall be honored in it forever.
All right, so read that slow for me because I went here for a reason. It says, remember, I just said that Matthew 7 and 20, right?
Yeah.
Matthew 7 and 20, it said that by their fruits ye shall know them. Now, somebody may say, well, how? Because certain types of things that are sold in you going to bring certain types of fruit. We're going to prove that. Watch this. Read it again. Read it slow for me this time.
Okay. For behold, I sow my law in you.
He said, I sow my law in you. Come on.
And it shall bring fruit in you.
And it shall bring fruit. This fruit that the laws are going to bring to you are going to be good fruit. Profitable fruit.
Yeah.
Lawful fruit. So if the laws being sown in you bring in righteous fruits, right?
Yeah.
Then what has to be sown in you for you not to receive? What does that mean if you only bring forth bad or evil or negative fruit? That means the laws ain't sown in you.
Yeah. You wicked.
Watch this. Come on. Let's read it out.
Right.
Read it from the top one more time.
For behold, I sow my law in you.
So the Most High sows his laws in you. Come on.
And it shall bring fruit in you.
It shall bring forth lawful, good, positive fruit.
And ye shall be honored in it forever.
And those fruits are going to have you honored forever. You're going to be honored in it forever, right? Now, so when you take that into consideration, like I said, if you got the law sown, you're just going to bring forth good fruit.
Uh-huh.
But if you don't have the law, you're going to bring in what?
Bad fruit.
Bad fruit. If you bring in, if the lawful fruit's going to bring in positivity, what type of fruits are you going to bring in if you don't have the laws? What's the opposite of having something positive?
Negative.
You're going to bring in negative fruit. That's why you can watch some of these camps classes, and the only thing they can do is take negative shots at other people.
Yeah.
It's everything they teach is always negative. Go back to Matthew chapter 7. I'm going to show you. A good tree can't bring forth evil or corrupt fruit. Give me verse 17.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit.
So a good tree gonna bring forth good fruit. What is good?
Keeping the laws and commandments.
Right. Romans 7 and 12. Come on.
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. And then some of these people, when these things come back, they'll act like they butt hurt. They don't know why things happening. But that's the part of the class where you have to keep it real with yourself.
Yeah.
You can only get what you sow.
Yeah, true.
You can only receive what you do. Your works, you're going to be rewarded according to your works. So if you don't get the kingdom, what that mean your works was?
Negative and evil fruit.
Right, it was bad works. Your tree produced nothing but terrible fruit. You get the kingdom, keep it real with yourself. Look at what type of fruits and what type of things you were putting out there to see what your end result shall be. I can't plant lemon seeds and ask why I didn't get corn. Alright? So now let's go to, watch this. Some people, they just, like I said, remember Ezra, some people, like I said, the Bible says the laws get sown in you, you shall bring forth fruit. Well, we know if the laws is good, you're going to bring forth good fruit.
Yeah.
Now, watch this. Some people may ask, well, why can't I bring in good fruit? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 7. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 7. You want to know why you bring forth lawful fruits and problems? Maybe if you're not bringing forth good fruits, lawful fruits and stuff like that, maybe you need to examine the foundation that tree has been grown in.
You said Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 7?
10 and 7.
All right.
That ain't in the Bible. That's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
Wisdom. That's not
That's
in
in
the
this
Bible.
book.
It's in here. Just write it down. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10 and verse 7. Of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony.
The wasteland that smoketh is a testimony. Watch this. Here's the point.
And plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness.
Plants bearing fruits that never come to ripeness. When a fruit is ripe, that means it's good.
Yeah.
So it's saying it's going to be plants that bear fruit that never come to ripeness, never come to good, never come. What's the way for me to put it? You're going to have trees. Remember, these trees are really talking about us people, human.
Yeah.
You're going to have people or trees that are bearing fruits that never come to ripeness, meaning they never come to righteousness. They never come to holiness, nor profitable or good for the master. The master, we know, is Christ.
Yeah.
And they will say, why? Maybe you have to then check the soil that the seed has been planted in. Maybe you have to check, what am I doing? What is it about me that doesn't produce righteous fruit? You can't get that answer unless you're going to line yourself up with this Bible and be completely honest. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5.
Examine yourself.
You're going to have to examine yourself. And there's no point of examining yourself if you ain't going to be overly honest with yourself. Critique yourself. I got to do it all the time, man. You know what? I probably should have did this. Well, you know what? Maybe if I would have stayed a level for a little bit more time, it would have solved. Even though you like, man, listen, that brother wicked. Dudes come up to me, man, bro, that man was wicked. He ain't gonna go ahead anyways. But you know what? Find something. Before I make any moves, I'm gonna let all y'all know something. Let me see if my brother's online. Sure, Steve, Jeremiah, if you're online, type Y real quick. He's online. Okay, now watch this. I'm gonna ask a question. Everybody pay attention to the screen. Jeremiah, before I make any moves, not only do I talk to Solomon, but don't I call you every day? I call you anytime to see if I'm tripping or if I got a point. You call me. So, what I'm telling you is, when you think about the fruits that you bear, when I was on the point of you got to be real with yourself. Examine yourself, right? So, even before I make moves, I call them and consult with brothers. Even the most knowledgeable man of all, Solomon, had counselors.
Yeah, he did.
So, if you can't seem to find the fault of yourself, maybe you should call around and ask. Brothers will give it to you blood raw if they care about you.
Yeah.
So now what we doing is we on the road to constructing the seed. What kind of tree are we? And if you find yourself being, one of the trees that just ain't quite producing the right fruits yet, today is the day to examine it and find a way to fix it. All right. So now, from Wisdom of Solomon, read it one more time so I can catch my point.
Of whose wickedness even to this day the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony. And plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness.
Right.
And a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul.
Of an unbelieving soul. All right. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to go and find out what kind of soil are you standing in. If you're not producing good fruit, what kind of soil are you standing in? Or are you just a bad seed? Because, once again, a good tree can't bring forth bad fruit. You got to find out. Am I a sure seed? Am I a part of Sure Nation? I like that sound. I like the name of that. All right. Let's go to Mark chapter 4. Let's go to Mark chapter 4. I believe that's a good one. Let's go to Mark chapter 4. We just had a colossal breakdown up in here. Give us a second. Give us a second. The stand up, fellow. Okay. Let me push it in. So we're going to Mark chapter 4, start at verse 3.
Mark chapter 4 and verse 3. Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow.
So what happened is this right here is a parable. Okay, well Christ was breaking down about the 4 types of Israelites. All right, there's 4 types of Israelites. That's what we need to remember. What type of Israelite are you? Now, when Christ broke this thing down, he broke it in the parable of a sower that was throwing out seeds. The seeds are you Israelites, all right? Like I told you, are you a sure seed? Are you a part of the Sure Nation? Are you what? I like the way it sounds. I'm sorry. I keep saying it. All right, so you Israelites, you are the seeds. Now you have to base off of what we're going to see real quick. What ground are you sitting on? And that may help you find out why you're not producing the fruits that you produce, supposed to produce. All right. So Mark chapter 3. Come on again.
Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. And it came.
The sower is a planter, of course. He's throwing out seeds. Come on.
And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside.
So some of the seeds, meaning you Israelites, fell by the wayside. Come on.
And the fowls of the air came and devoured it up.
And the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. Now, who understands what that's talking about?
Say it again.
I'm quite sure you're probably not going to catch it off that verse, but read it again.
All right. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside. And the fowls of the air came and devoured it up.
They died?
No, so I'll tell you. Well, basically, the bad seeds. Ain't that what you're talking about on that one?
That's what it's going into. Okay, I'm gonna show you what it's going into. Jump over to verse 14.
Verse 14. The sower soweth the word.
So the word is what he was sowing. He was sowing the word.
Verse 14.
Right. The sower was sowing the word. Who was he sowing it to? The Israelites. That's the seeds that he was throwing out. All right. So now let's read verse 15. Let's find out what it was talking about when he said it fell by the wayside. Come on.
Verse 15. And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
So this is going into the Israelite that when we give them the word, we break down Deuteronomy, they genuinely look like they believe and agree with everything they're hearing. Wow, that's us. We got to keep commandments.
Yeah.
God don't love everybody. And then here goes Sambo Coon. When he say the devil, that means any Christian pastor, whatever, somebody with no understanding come up. He come up amongst them and say, man, these niggas don't know what they're talking about. They crazy. You hear that? You know God love everybody. And everything that he was believing just that fast been taken away from him.
Yeah.
That's what that's saying. He say, I believe this got to be the truth. All it takes is somebody to come through and say, no, that ain't. And it take away all the things that he done heard already. And he go back to the world. All right? So that's us Israelites. Think about it. How many people have we been out there on the streets and we teaching, and the brother can look like he genuinely soaking in the word, and all it takes is one scoffer to come up and draw his attention off of what we was talking about, and he walk off.
Yeah.
That's them who fell by the wayside. All right? So was that person a sure seed or a sure nation?
No.
Absolutely not. Come on, let's read again. Let's go back to verse 5 now.
All right, verse 5.
So that first type, we just went over it.
And some fell on stony
And
ground,
some fell on stony ground. Come on.
where it had not much earth,
Come on.
and immediately it sprung up, because it had no depth of earth.
Come on.
On 6.
Yeah.
But when the sun was up, it was scorned, and because it had no root, it withered away.
So this one was saying some fell on stony ground and had not much earth. Immediately it sprung up because it had no depth of the earth. But when the sun was up, it was scorched. And because it had no root, it withered away. How many of y'all ever seen in the little cracks of the concrete, little buds coming up out of them?
Yeah.
And then the next day you come out after a real, real hot day and they ain't that no more.
Yeah, true.
Or they be all melted out and dead.
Yeah.
That's what that was comparing to. It's saying some of these brothers fell on stony ground, and because it had no depth, no root. When it says no root in itself, you know what that's talking about? Because you don't study. Because these people don't study,
Yeah.
that's your root. See, any plant without a root has got to die because it doesn't have a root to what? Receive its water. Its food, only thing it got is sun. But too much sun and no water gonna do what?
Dehydrate.
Dehydrate you, and if you get too dehydrated, what's gonna happen after that?
Yeah.
You die. All right. So now let's jump over to verse 16.
Verse 16. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground,
Come on.
who when they had heard the word, immediately received it with gladness,
Come on.
and have no root in themselves.
That means they don't study. Come on.
And so endure but for a time.
So because they don't study, their light burns out. Meaning they fall out this truth. They only endure for a amount of time. They only be here for a season. Come on.
Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake.
When affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, because how many of us done been pulled out? How many people done seen people get pulled out of this truth because of what their parents think?
Yeah.
What their girlfriends think?
Oh yeah.
Or, just hard time come and they can't stand firm for the word. Why? Because they have not studied.
Yeah, they out of here.
I see some people get towed down by Christians on the corner and they decide they ain't gonna open the Bible and say they Israelite no more. They done got towed down on the corner, now they Kenyans.
It's crazy.
All because they didn't study. They don't have no roots in themselves. Alright?
Immediately they are offended.
And when correction come out, they do what? They get what?
Offended.
And do what? Okay, and they are offended. Alright, so now, that's the second type of Israelite. Let's jump back over here again. Let's go to verse 7.
Verse 7. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit.
And it yielded no fruit. The word choked it. Read it again. Read it again.
And some fell among thorns.
And some of the seeds of you Israelites fell among thorns. Come on.
And the thorns grew up.
When the thorns grew up, come on.
And choked it.
It choked it. And then what happened?
And it yielded no fruit.
And it yielded no fruit. Everything came up corrupt. They were corrupt. They were choked out of the truth. What you know what it means to have the word choked? I want to explain it, but let's read the other verse first real quick. Let's go to verse 18.
Verse 18. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, in the cares of this world, in the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in.
And do what?
Choke the word.
And guess what?
And it becometh unfruitful.
So when it says the cares of the world and deceitfulness of riches and lust of other things entering in and choke the word, that's saying cares of the world. Birthdays, Christmas, choke the word. The Bible tells you not to celebrate these things, but the cares of the world, when it says choke the word, it means stop you from doing what's right.
Yeah.
That's why you yield no fruit. Fornications. Money. Some people, you used to sell drugs, that money was coming in good, now you got your minimum wage job or whatever, and you're not getting the funds that you used to get, and it hurts. You know what I'm saying? You jeopardize this truth. You go back to selling drugs. When it says you choke the word, it says the thorns choke the word. Some of y'all, you see these real beautiful women. You know she married.
Yeah.
But you just, I got to have a piece of it. That's the word being choken. Cares of the world. So the cares of the world choke the word. Meaning it's something else out there that you care for, that you like, or you used to indulge in, and that thing is causing you to sin.
Yeah.
That's what it means when it says it choked the word. Alright, so that's the third type of Israelite. Alright, so now, all three that we done went through, was any one of them a sure seed?
No.
Was any one of them good trees?
No.
They all had the potential to be, though. They all had the potential to be, but the things that we read show you that they're not. All right. So now let's get the fourth type, the last type. Let's go down to verse 8.
And another fell on good ground, and did yield fruit that sprang up and increased, and brought forth some 30, and some 60, and some 100.
So some of them, but the other ones fell on good ground. The other one fell on good ground, and it yielded fruit. It yielded fruit. All right, jump over to verse 20.
Verse 20. And these are they which are sown on good ground,
Come on.
such as hear the word,
So they're going to hear the word,
and receive it,
they're going to receive it and start doing what it says,
and bring forth fruit,
and you're going to bring forth good works.
some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100.
So that's a part of being a sure seed. When you hear this word, you're going to start applying it. Now, you have to look at it and be honest with yourself. Which seed am I right now? Where am I standing? What ground am I laying on? Some of us, we lack in the studying. Some of us, we being slack and we about, that's one. Some of us, we care about other people, other things a little bit too much right now. And those things may cause us to error. And then some of us, hey, we just in a working process. We getting back. We making our way over to the good soil, where good fruit is going to be yielded. You got to find out which one you are. And the only way you can do that, you got to be what? Real with yourself. You got to keep it real.
Yeah.
All right. So now, with that being said, how do you know if you're standing on good soil? Simple. Check your works. Go to Matthew 13. Go to Matthew 13, verse. Is it 14 or 13? Check 38 and 13 real quick. No, I got it. It's Matthew 13, verse 37.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 37. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man.
So he that soweth good seed is the Son of Man, which is Christ. Come on.
The field is the world.
The field is the world. So now you take this up in that perspective. This world is the field that this good seed are going to be sown in. Think about it. Now remember, the seeds are Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
He said the world is the field. Now think about it. I'm only taking 1/3 of all the seeds out the world. That ain't a lot of seeds.
It's not.
So think about, okay, it's this whole world, and y'all can look and see who bad fruits. You can look at them, I'm like, oh, that brother's destroyed. Like, hey man, you an Israelite. I ain't no Israelite. I'm a real nigga. Whoa. I had somebody tell me that. I had one dude wanted to fight me. I told him he was an Israelite. He thought I was calling him a F nigga. Somebody pulling his pants up. What? I said, brother, this brother is destroyed. I'm like, whoa.
He tripping.
But now, all right, let's get back to the point. The nation of Israel, right?
Yeah.
You can look at some of these guys, the way they deal, the way they talk, the way they handle. Read some of these Facebook posts of these supposed to be repentant Israelites. You will see, dang, what the heck? This brother worldly as heck still. You can see it. Brothers so quick to call each other out each other name.
Yeah.
You will see. I'm talking about, you can see it. The Most High said, Christ is the one who's going to sow up the good seeds. The field is the world. The world is the field. Now think about, we are the seeds. We on this earth. Which one of us are going to be good seeds? Come on, read on.
The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
So the good seed are the children of the. I'm sorry. Read it again.
The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
Come on.
But the tares.
The tares mean the weeds. You know how in every garden you got to pick out the weeds?
Yeah.
That's what that's saying. So the good seeds are the children of the kingdom. And what else?
But the tares.
The tares are the weeds.
Are the children of the wicked one.
Okay. Come on.
The enemy that sowed them is the devil.
So the ones who are considered weed, the bad seeds, they have been sold by the devil. Come on.
The harvest is the end of the world.
The harvest is the end of the world. I mean, and it's going to break that down, but that's talking about what they're going to wake up to is fire. That's the end of their world. Come on.
And the reapers are the angels.
And the reapers are the angels. You remember? You shall judge the world.
Yeah.
Even judge the angels.
Yeah.
You are going to be the angels at some point. We are going to what? Guide the world. We are going to judge the world. All right, so watch this. Let's go and explain itself. Come on.
As therefore the tares are gathered.
So as the weeds are gathered, and the bad seeds, come on.
And burned in the fire.
They're going to be what?
Burned in the fire.
Come on.
So shall it be in the end of this world.
So that's how it's going to be at the end of this world. Come on.
The Son of Man shall send forth his angels.
Come on.
And they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend. And them which do iniquity.
So those are going to be gathered. Those are going to be the weeds that is gathered for that bonfire. All those who offend and commit iniquity. Come on.
And shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Wailing and gnashing of teeth. Come on.
Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
All right, so now when you take all of that into account, you're seeing that the righteous seeds are the ones that are planted by Christ. The wicked seeds are planted by the devil. You got to find out which seed you want to be. You want to be considered the righteous seeds, or you want to be considered weed? The weed, even in the worldly term, the weed always get burned.
Yeah, it do.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be one or the other. You're going to be a righteous seed, or you're going to be a son of the devil. If you get a son of the devil, you got to take what the devil take, which is that fire. Everlasting burning.
Yeah.
All right, so now, with that being said, what should we do? Give me James 1:21.
James chapter 1 and verse 21. Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness.
Right.
And superfluitiness of naughtiness.
Superfluidity.
I'm sorry, and superfluidity.
Meaning excess or overabundance. And this term, the way it's written in this, it means overabundance.
Of naughtiness. and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls.
So which word is able to save our souls? The engrafted words, but what is that? What are we reading? All right. So now, when you think about it, give me verse 22.
Verse 22. But be ye doers of the word.
So that's what's going to save you. You got to be a doer of the damn word. You just read it and hear it ain't all that. You got to do it. Come on.
And not hearers only.
And not hearers only.
Deceiving your own self.
Because that's all you're doing, deceiving yourself. You're wasting your time. Go have fun. The Most High going to kill you if you ain't doing what he said do anyways. You can't pick and choose when you're going to keep the commandments. Or what commandments you're going to keep and which ones you aren't. All right, so now when you take that into account, be hearers of the word, not doers. Take this into account. Look at these brothers on Facebook. I see a lot of brothers posting up Facebook posts, acting like they hold, and then you look at them and you know they full of crap. But man, I know this dude. This dude ain't keeping no Sabbath. He ain't walking around with fringes on, making posts. You know, that's one thing that burned me up. When you get on Facebook and act like they doing the commandments and you know they ain't keeping them. You know what I'm saying? Them be the ones, they making all these posts, trying to check brothers, but they are the very ones. Give me Isaiah 65 and 5.
Right.
Like the Sunday church, they got so much to say, but they ain't keeping no commandments.
You said Isaiah?
Isaiah 65 verse 5. Watch this real quick.
Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 5.
Now, all of y'all should know somebody like this. Come on.
Which say, stand by thyself.
Stand over there.
Come not near to me.
Don't come near to me. Why?
For I am holier than
How
thou.
many of y'all know people think they are holier than thou?
Well, I don't know too many of them people.
Right. But they ain't keeping, they partial. They ain't keeping no commandments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't seen brothers now all of a sudden they teachers and everything else slide on their house Sabbath time and cooking, eating cooked food. I've seen, like, I'm telling you this truth, when you learn and you start seeing things, you like, man, that junk annoyed me.
Yeah.
It annoyed me to see people on Facebook making posts and you know they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's all game. But that's that part of not keeping it real. You might well go have fun. You playing around with this thing, Most High gonna kill you anyways. And kill you faster for playing with his word. So when you take all that into account, now what we start doing? Some of them think that as long as they not seen by us, they fine. You can fool man, but that ain't gonna save you. Isaiah 29 and 15. We're almost finished.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15.
Coming up to the wrap up part. Come on.
Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. And their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us?
Right.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Why? Because what can the Most High do to potter's clay? If it's turned upside down, you do what?
You flip it. Make it right.
Turn it right. All right. So now let's go to Psalms 28. Proverbs 28. Proverbs 28, verse 13.
Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 13. He that covereth his sin shall not prosper.
He that covereth his sin shall not prosper. Might as well keep it real. If you're going to be wicked, be wicked. He said, he that try to cover his sin shall not prosper. A lot of y'all right now wondering why things ain't going right for you. Why we can't keep nothing sustained. Why it seems like as soon as I get my check, it's gone. All that type of stuff. Because it's some secret, it's some sin you in the midst of, and you are not keeping it real with yourself to get it in line.
Yeah.
And then some of us, we're committing willful sin. Meaning we know the sin that we're committing, but we commit it anyways, and we try to do it in darkness where nobody else can see it. Such a man only feareth the eyes of man, and know not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's go to 14. Read down 14.
14. Happy is the man that feareth always.
Happy is the man that feareth always. I mean, Happy is the man that feareth always, meaning fear God always.
Mm-hmm.
Because fear of the Lord is the keeping of the commandments.
Yep.
And those who fear God will keep the commandments. And a good understanding have they. All right, so it says, happy is the man that fear always. Why? Because he's always keeping the commandments. Come on.
But he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief.
But him that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief. Feel comfortable in his sin. He gonna fall into mischief. All right. Now watch this. Let's go to. This is the reason why I say it's no point in trying to hide your sin. You might well do what you gonna do. Most I respect you more if you just straight up be a wicked nigga than to be holier than thou, sinful. You know what I'm saying? You trying to juggle both of them. I'm gonna be in front of people putting on the act. I'm Israelite. Look at my friends. Hey, Lord, praise to the Lord. I am what the brother say? I'm a Gentile. Grafted in by the grace of God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. But the brother was straight up wicked. You know? So you got to take that into account with your pastors, your family. Look at the people who around you who act like they so about this, and then you know, but people who they talking to don't know.
Yeah.
Like, man, this brother here, he a joke. All right. So this is why it's no good to try to hide your sin. Anyways, go to Psalms 90 and 8. I'm a Gentile, grafted in by the grace of God. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Psalms chapter 90 and verse 8. Thou hast set our iniquity before thee.
He said he's going to set your iniquity before thee. Come on.
Our secret sin is in the light of thy countenance.
Our secret sin is in the light of our countenance, right? That's it?
Yeah, that was the end of 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't want that, man. I'm sorry. You know, I'm shooting out the hip, y'all. Y'all forgive me. It's a better one. It's a better one. It's in Luke. I thought that was the other one. I'm sorry. Salakia, y'all. But hey, that still do go up with your sin being revealed. Luke 18. Go to Luke 18. 17. Luke 8 and 17.
Luke chapter 18 and verse 17.
Is that it? What am I looking for? Secrets being sin being revealed. Read Psalms 90 and 8 again for me real quick.
All right. Psalms chapter 90 and verse 8.
Slow it down. Too fast.
Thou hast set our iniquities before thee, our secret sins in the light of thy countenance.
All right, so talk to the people for me real quick.
All right. Yeah, brother and sister, whatever sin you got going on in secrecy, let's try to stop it. Let's try to cut it out. Let's get in this Bible, find that, and try to heal that thing, because only with the scriptures and only with fearing the Most High is how you're going to get rid of it. If not, you're going to fall into that lake of fire and brimstone. And that's a scary place you want to be. And it's going to tell. Everything in the dark going to come to the light.
Go to 8 and 17. Luke 8 and 17. So yeah, with Psalm 98, the point is, keep it real, man. You got to be real with yourself. You're not fooling the Most High. You may think you're fooling the man, but the Most High is going to reveal that thing, right?
Yeah.
Right, so give me Luke 8 and 17. This is a better one to go into what I'm trying to bring out.
Luke chapter 8 and verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Right. So that's the point that I'm trying to tell you. Nothing is secret. You think you make a secret sin because the eyes of man don't spot you. But the Most High gonna reveal all that thing, and then he'll put on a flat screen. Everybody gonna see it.
Sheesh.
You might as well come. If you got faults, you might as well apply James. What's that? 5 and 16.
James 5 and 16.
Is that it?
Oh.
That's it. If you struggling with something, if you struggling with some sin or things that if you struggling, apply this. Stop executing and fulfilling that secret sin, that sin in secrecy and thinking you fooling somebody. Apply this. Because anything other than that gonna get you dead. Come on.
James chapter 5 and verse 16. Confess your faults one to another.
Come on.
And pray one for another.
Pray one for another. Confess your faults. That way we can pray for you. Come on.
That ye may be hurt, that you may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man. The effectual.
I just want the prayer of a righteous man.
Okay.
The prayer of a righteous man. What's righteous?
To keep the laws and commandments.
Absolutely. The prayers of righteous men who are keeping the laws and commandments, do what?
Availeth much.
They availeth much. All right. So now, the point of this whole class is keep it real. What kind of tree are you? What kind of fruits are you producing? Are you going to be honest enough to examine yourself to see, dang, I'm full of crap right now. I better tighten up. The Most High going to kill me.
Yeah.
We all have to take a look at ourselves and be honest with ourselves. You cannot get into the kingdom BSing with yourself. You can't keep it real with yourself. I know you can't keep it real with me.
Yeah, true.
All right, so now, some of y'all just, even after this class, it ain't going to matter. It ain't going to matter.
Yeah.
We're going to keep doing the same exact things that we've been doing. We're going to keep sinning. Keep trying to hide the sin that we're in the midst of. But once again, keep it real with yourself. I know what it's going to take for some of them to realize they should have kept it real. Watch this. Give me Matthew 7:23. This is what they're going to end up. This was going to have to happen for the niggas to know they should have kept it real. Matthew chapter 7, verse 23.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
That's what you're going to say.
Dang, boy.
Hey, as a fact, go up to the, I want
7 and 23.
Go to, start at 22. Start at 21. And that's going to be the last scripture.
All right. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21.
Now, what I'm about to bring out to y'all, this is something that me and my brother up there, Shirsi, we were talking about this earlier this week. And it hit me when I was talking to him. This is what this is talking about. Watch this.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Now, who is that talking about? What people is that talking about? Who's the kingdom for?
Israel.
Right. Come on.
But he that doth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Come on.
Right. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord.
So we know there's Israelites. There's Israelites that are woke and there are Israelites that are asleep. Meaning they still ain't even woke up. Watch this.
Have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name have done many wonderful works.
Now, what group of Israelites is that talking about? Is it talking about the ones that are woke up or the ones that are asleep?
The one that's, hold on, say it again.
Hold on.
read the
Well,
verse
whoa,
again.
I'm tripping. Whoa.
Read the verse again.
Right, read it again.
Many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name have done many wonderful works?
So, this is talking about Israelites that are woke. This is talking about Israelites that are woke. Because they're the ones, you can't prophesy in the Most High name if you don't know the truth.
True.
You ain't going to cast out devils if you don't know this truth. You're not going to do wonderful works if you ain't in this truth. So, these people are woke up. What's going to happen to them?
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
I what?
I never knew you.
Come on.
Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Now, that's a cold slice of turkey for that ass. All right? So you keep playing with this thing. You better examine and find out who you really are. What can you do to fix yourself? If you don't know, call brothers, man. So you better start studying, man. I'm telling you. Start taking this thing true. The Most High ain't playing with you. It's really a place called hell, and it really do exist.
Yes, it do.
All
I
right?
don't know part of it.
So watch this. Let's close out. Matthew's 26.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him having a woman having an alabaster box of a very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, Why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me you have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her.
All right, brother. Speak. Do that part for me. Ooh.
So anywhere we go and we preach and we teach His word, we are told, we are commanded to tell what the sister have done for Christ. Letting you know that these sisters are just more than bed witches, bread makers. So the sister have an important part to play in the truth too. But we all got to play our parts.
Right. I got another class getting ready to come. Irreplaceable. All right, so y'all be on the cusp of that. But I want y'all to take this class into consideration. Really examine yourself. Find out, what tree are you? Keep it real with yourself. What tree am I? What kind of seed am I? What kind of ground am I sitting on right now? Am I on ground to be considered a good tree? Am I on the grounds to produce good fruits? Am I a good seed? Am I on sure seed? Am I a sure nation? If not, what can I do to fix that? How can I get myself in line before it's too late, before I be put to death? Those are things we need to consider, all right? So with that, I pray that this Sabbath class was edifying and good to